Hey everyone, the game jam is ending soon and I wanted to show my progress over the next few days. Kind of just mini updates of how the game is going to be changing rapidly over the next few days. There's quite a lot that will be implemented and quite a bit that has changed since you've last seen it. I wanted to show everyone this really quickly as well. There were a few comments on Discord, people confused about these submissions. This time here, don't worry about what mine says. Whatever this says, in whatever time zone and country you're in, that is the time that you should submit it. Ideally, you submit it a few hours before, that way if anything goes wrong, you can resubmit it and everything will be okay. And in case, for whatever reason your upload speed might be a bit slower, or something happens, it's good to upload it in advance. Don't be uploading it in the last, 30 minutes to an hour, unless you want to cut it that close. So yeah, whatever time you have here is accurate. This is my time, this is how much time I have left. Depending on your time zone, you may have less or more time. The next thing I want to go through is the game. So this is all temporary, the name of the game. That was what we had in our design document, so I just kept it as that for now. So this is the menu for the game. Just got a quick, nice environment up, the character here, and the start and quit game buttons. This is kind of like the MVP of the menu, so minimal viable product, right? If I don't get enough time to add in extra things like maybe options, that's perfectly fine because this is fully functional and you can play the game or quit the game depending on what you want to do. So if we were to hit start game, we jump directly into the game where we can start playing, moving around and fighting off enemies. I turned down the screen shake. It's funny, I planned on doing it. A lot of the comments on the last video were people going crazy, there we go, over the screen shake, and I totally understand why, but yeah, those were just temporary values that I hadn't actually messed around with and optimized. So you notice the screen shake's changed. You'll also notice that I've actually got an environment in now, so I made all these tile blueprints, and you'll see, whoa, let's replay that. You'll see I've got these trees, grass, which is nice. Assets that you saw in the first video, which I can now introduce now that the core gameplay is done. So that was really nice to get in. It makes the world feel a lot better to explore and dash around and move around. I added in the ability to jump. That way, if you get on a platform falling like this one, you can just jump off. Whoa. I've also added in a few things, so if you press P, the game will pause completely. You press it again, you go back, press it again, you can click on resume or main menu, and I'm thinking I'm going to die here again. I've also added in the death, as you've seen a few times, so if an enemy hits me, you die. You can actually interact and look around the world as it crumbles and falls. Then you can hit replay or main menu. So really simple, but really good for the game jam. Just a minimal viable product, of course. So now I can just hit replay and play the level again. And this is everything that I require for the game jam, because this is kind of like the prototype, a really nice prototype to test the mechanics and see if people like it. What I plan on adding in tomorrow, and I actually have to create, my original teammate Aaron, we had a few, how do I say it? Not really argument. We had a few disagreements about a few things, so we decided to part ways today. So I'm going to be creating all the music and sound effects tomorrow, and if I get time, I would also like to start working on a second level after I polish this one up. So ideally tomorrow, well, that's a lot of enemies. I'm really happy, by the way, with the behavior trees and AI perception, because I can have all these enemies and it's not lagging at all. And my MS doesn't really drop. With the pawn sensing component originally, this was pretty tough to handle. I mean, there's a lot of enemies here. But anyway, back to my original point. Tomorrow will be sound effects, music, and polishing the level. Then if I get that all done, Friday, I'd love to add in a second level. I have another video coming this week, hopefully like a resource drop type video. But on top of all that and the course, and working on the course, I would love to get in a second level and polish this level up. Man, this looks really cool. So yeah, that's it. I have added all this stuff in today. I'm really happy with it. It only took me a couple hours to get this stuff in because I was busy working on my third-person course for the Let's Create Academy coming soon. Thank you all for watching. I hope this update was somewhat interesting, and I will see you all in the next video.